floors, negative also. A gain, you've gained this much money. Is that positive or negative? Positive, so these start out really simple. 5 more minutes, you've gained 5 minutes. What is that going to be?
5.
Positive 5. And then a withdrawal, you take this much money out of your bank. Is that good for your bank account or not so good?
Well, depends on how rich you are.
But if you're taking it out of your bank account, is your bank account increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So that would be a negative. And we might as well do this one. A loss of 15 yards is going to be negative 15. Right. And then when we get down to here, I don't know how much we're going to do. Okay. I think we might be doing today every other row. I don't know. I just don't know. Because we're just starting this and we get out of here 25 minutes. Alrighty. So show that each rational number, is rational, but by writing it in the form of A over B. For example, on this one, they wrote it 31 over 1 because I can divide by 1. That's simple, A over B. How could I rewrite this one?
Negative 7 over 1.
Yeah, and we'll just put negative 7 over 1. So the negative kind of goes with the whole thing. But this one, how could I write that as A over B? Guess what form I'd have to put it in? You'd have to make it improper first. So the improper would be, first of all, I know it's a negative. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1 more is 17 over 2. So that's what they mean is put it in fraction form with no whole numbers. Then what is this one going to be? 20 what? 23 over 5. This one's going to be what? Okay, if that were 3 50s is one. Okay, 150. Listen carefully because you can get this. 3 50s is 150, correct? And then 3 8s is 18. So what's 150 and 18?
168.
168 plus one more.
169.
169. 169 over 3. And I forgot to say that those answers should be here. So here's the, that probably should have been 32. But negative 7 over 1, negative 17. I typed this so fast, so there might, negative 17 over 2, 23 over 5, 169 over 3, and then this is going to be what? Yeah, and I don't see that on the answer bank, so negative 6 over 1. But I think you should see the rest of them. If they're not there, oh well. Okay, then you're going to write these as a decimal. Yeah, you're going to write them as a mixed decimal. So they've already done this. A few of them you should know mentally. A fourth of a dollar, 0.25. Now, we haven't done decimals in here, but a quick way that I could do this, if it's a 5 or a 20 or a dime or a quarter, so let's see how we could do those, is I want to make this, so then I don't have to divide it. Let me go back a step. If I wanted to divide that, I would go 3 divided by 5, which, by the way, you can do. Top guy goes on the inside. And then I could do that. So 5 doesn't go into that. Does 5 go into 30?
Yes.
How many times?
6.
And it goes perfectly. So I know that this is going to be 0.06. But here's another way that you can do it. And I really want you to watch. Is there a way that I can make that 5 in the denominator a 10? What could I multiply that 5 times? By a 2. So 2, 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. Once you get it over a 10 or 100, you're done. How do you say that?
Wait, again? What?
Don't we just say that 6/10?
Yes.
So then we can write it. Negative 6/10, and that's your answer. Negative 6/10. Is that on the answer bank? If it's not, it's because I typed so fast. Oh, it's right here. No, that's not it.
I think that's what the answer was.
No, it came to actually, it was 0.6, but I can take that off. So they're not all there. I hope Mr. Ty knows that because I typed this out for his kids, but sorry, I failed you. Now this one, I could divide it, but can I make that into 100?
Yes.
By multiplying it by what?
4.
How about 5?
Oh, 5.
So it comes to, what's 11 times 5?
55.
So it's 55 over what? 100, which is, how do you say that? 0.55, and that's right here. So negative 55 hundredths. So, and I don't really need the 0 in front. Negative 55 hundredths. Then, can I make this next one into the decimal? I mean, can I multiply that? Oh, it's already in tenths. This one should be easy then. How could I put that in decimal form? 4.7. 4 and 7 tenths. 4 and 7 tenths. Can I change that 25 into 100? Luke, what would I have to multiply 25 times to get it to be 100? By 4. So this is 32 over 100. So what's the decimal form? So 32 hundredths. You say it the same way. So let's see if that's on there. I hope my typing was okay. 4.7 and 0.32. And then here's one that I can't. So this is where you need your lined paper. Okay. All right. So your lined paper is, it's going to be, I actually have to divide it. Which one goes inside the little division house?
13. Oh,
15.
sorry, I was looking at the wrong
Yeah.
one.
Top Gun. He's the top guy. He gets to go into the cockpit, divided by the 16. And then, does 16 go into 1?
No, oh wait, no.
No. Does 16 go into 15?
No.
No. And I put these O's here for a reason. I put these O's here for a reason because we had that little quiz. I'll try to go over those with you in just a minute. But some kids in the other class, they didn't do that. And then when they said, okay, it's going to go in here 8 times, they put it right here. We have to know that no, nothing goes here, nothing goes here. Something finally is going to go here. So let's take a guess. If this were a 20, there'd be 5 20s in 100, and maybe about 3 more if this were a 60. So that was 5 and 3 is what? What's 5 and 3? 5 and 3 is 8, right?
Yes.
I'm kind of rounding this to 20, or there's another way. I could actually also round it to 15, because I know in 100, for sure, there's 6 15s in 100, and there might be 2 or 3 more. I'm going to start with 8. No matter what I do, I'm going to start with 8. 8 times 16 is 48, and that's going to be, is that 12? Now, because I'm sort of far away, I'm going to add another 16, which would be a 9th time, and see if that's a better fit. So, Trinity, you should be getting these down. Everybody should be writing this down, because this is part of the work that you need to show for the number 15. And so this goes, that's 14, that's going to be 144. Is that a better fit?
Yeah.
And we can't go bigger than 9. So it's going to be 9 9 times 16 is 144. Subtract that without subtracting. Do it mentally. What's 150 minus 144? 6. Such that if I added these two, it would come to that. But we have to keep going. What are we going to put here? A 0. So with decimals, we don't have put R6. You keep going until we see if it's repeating or if it terminates. So bring down your 6. And I'm going to say if that were a 15, there would be 4 15s in 60. But because that's bigger than 15, do you think it's going to go more than 4 or less than 4? Less. It's going to go probably about 3 times. And please have your multiplications right by your problem. So 3 times 16 is going to be 48. So this is part of the work to show how you're getting this number. So it does go 3 times. 3 times 16 is 48. Subtract without subtracting. Mentally, what is that?
12.
It's going to be 12. And this number should never be equal to 16 or be over it. If it was equal to 16, it would have meant it would have gone in a 4th time. So then I need to put a 0. Then bring it down. And again, I'm going to use what I know about 15. I know that 15 times 6 is 90. So it's going to go in there. Oh, I know exactly how much it's going to go. If 6 times 15 is 90, no, it's not going to go perfect because it's 16. I'm going to think 6, maybe 8. There's maybe 2 more in there. I don't think it's 8.
I think it's 7.
I think it's going to be 7.
16 times 8 is 128.
Yeah, because in fact, 8 times 10, I'm going to do partial product. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 6 is 48. That would give us 128. So that's not going to be it. It has to be 7. So it's going to be 42. It's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then I don't have the answer to this one, so we're just going to have to figure this out. So it's going to be 7. 7 times 16 is 112. And what do we get? What is 120 minus 112? 8. Put another 0. Bring it down. I'm thinking 5. If that were a 90, I know 15 goes into it 6. That's not 90, so I'm thinking 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5. 6, 7, 8. Oh, look at that. So are we done? 5 times 16. I didn't think it would ever happen. Oh. Okay. So that answer in the decimal form, okay, in the decimal form is, where are we at? Which one was I doing? This one. So this answer is a negative 0.9375. Thank goodness for an answer bank. If I typed it right, which I feel bad, I did not, because I don't see it. I think, no, my answer bank was, I was pulling it from this, but that answer was cut off. So that is it. It is 0.9375. Sorry about that, Mr. Time. All right. So we're not going to get very far on this. No, we are not. So there's we're going to stop right here. We're not going to go further than this. I don't even know if we're going to get this far. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Let me decide. We've got 5. Oh, we don't have enough. All right. We are going to do just 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And that is it. Now this one, you can do you have to divide on this one?
No.
What do you have to do on this one?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply by 2, and then you've almost got your answer. And I actually see that answer right on the paper. So that one is there. What would you have to do? Let's look at the 2 with the eighths. Because here's the deal with the eighths, people. Once you know one of the eighths, then you can find any eighth. So in fact, I'm going to do 1/8 so you can see. 1/8. Let's do that. Please write that one down because you're going to need that a lot. Which one goes on the inside?
1.
The 1. Top Gun goes on the inside, divided by the 8. Okay. Then 8 doesn't go into 1. Does 8 go into 10?
Yes.
1 times 8 is 8, so it's all aligned here. Subtract, you get a 2. And then with decimals, you have to keep putting zeros until it terminates or repeats. So put a 0. Oops, I put it 2. How many times does 8 go into 20?
Twice.
It goes in twice. 2 times 8 is 16. I think one more time. It's going to be 4. Trinity, what do I have to add to keep going? A 0. Bring it down. And does 8 go into 40?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. Start memorizing 1/8. 1/8 is 0.125, 0.125. Then if you've got 7/8, guess what I need to multiply this by?
7.
By 7. So then I just take 125 times 7, and that's 35. And what is that answer going to be?
875.
Yeah, but I have to put the decimal.
0.87.
0.875. So now that you have that, 0.875, then couldn't you go straight to this 32? Okay, so then that should make the 32 easy. What would you multiply 125 times?
5.
Times 5. And then put your decimal. So girls and boys, you only have 1, 2, 3, maybe about 4 left to do. Can you handle that for today?
Yes.
Okay, you guys can do it. The rest, you'll have to divide until it repeats, and then show if it repeats, put your bar. If it doesn't repeat, keep going until it stops. And the copy that I gave you, I don't think has the bar on it. There's another copy. Did you have a copy that had the bar? Look at your mixed up answers. Does your 41.1 have a bar over it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good. You got the right copy. Mine is not the right copy. All right, and that's it. Down to 33, and we will call it a day. And then we'll finish the rest of this tomorrow, and I will get you textbooks